Morning, Steve Free in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Well, we've got markets up a little bit. Beans up 7 cents, corn's up a penny. Wheat here in Chicago's up 5, KC's up 3. Minneapolis is down about 2 cents. Stock market's a little bit lower, while the crude oil is lower and gold's a little bit higher. I think that some of the headlines are talking about this spread of the Delta virus raising concern about food and fuel demand. There's also talk about some lockdowns in China, which could offer some concern about their economy and maybe their food import demand. As far as weather is concerned, we've got kind of a mixed forecast. The GFS model has rains possibly later this week, weekend, and mid next week for parts of Minnesota, Wisconsin, northeast Iowa, and northern Illinois. It keeps areas like the Dakotas, Nebraska, across Missouri, maybe central Illinois, and the southern part of Indiana and the Ohio River Valley dry during that 10-day time frame. But the European model is not as wet and doesn't have as much zonal flow as the GFS model is suggesting, which would probably limit or at least reduce the rains in the areas that GFS model has forecasted. So market kind of still feels that the crop conditions could decline during that time frame. There's not probably going to be a big steep decline because it doesn't look like temperatures are going to get that hot during the 10-day time frame and maybe even cool down after the 10-day time frame. We saw a private crop estimate come out with the corn yield in the U.S. at 176.9 and beans at 50. This is below both the USDA's numbers and also what the market is probably trading. There continues to be an increased fear that since the August crop report is based on farmer survey, that survey could come out above 179 in the corn and above 50.8 in the beans like it did last August. And then after August crop report last year, yields came down and the final corn yield was 172, the final bean yield was 50.2. So we'll have to watch August weather because that's, especially in the east, they're talking about record pod counts and that those pods need to be filled with rain. We also note that China is a big unknown. We're hearing that they need corn, just like most end users in the world and the U.S. also need corn. Basis levels are very strong here in the U.S., limited end user buying. I think everybody's waiting for either a bearish report or harvest lows to buy. In the beans, they may actually import few less beans, maybe because of hog numbers or just a cooler ration with less meal in it. And Brazil might offer some beans from October and early in 2022. So we need demand in the marketplace to hold support near here and even rally. Plus, we got to figure out what the USDA is going to say, plus what the U.S. August weather is going to be. Still dry in Russia and Kazakhstan, still dry in Canada, still dry in Argentina and Brazil. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM Investor Services. Have a safe and profitable trading day. And remember, always treat people like you yourself would like to be treated.